Started. All right, everybody, welcome to the RETR Morning Show. I'm Scott Hudspeth, your host, with Devin Dubuque. What's up, buddy?
What's up? What's up? Great to be here, guys.
All
Let's get warmed
right.
up. Let's get excited today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, I have an amazing guest on, Travis Newton. Unbelievable story. Again, in the green room. It's where we had way too much fun. Travis got up early with me this morning, so thank you. We're both in Portland, by the way. We're about an hour and a half away, which is pretty cool. So, Travis, thanks for getting up, brother. I appreciate you, man, and excited, more than excited to hear your story and share with everybody how you can literally control your own destiny, no matter what the market's doing. And so, without further ado, man, share a little bit about yourself, and let's get started.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Yeah, I've been in business since 2000. I think it's October 2000 is when I got in. And I've been through every turmoil that most loan officers have been if they've been in that long. But just kind of keep reinventing yourself and moving on. So, yeah, a little backstory. I was telling Scott before we joined the main call here is kind of the way that I got started. I was obviously in the mortgage business for a long time. And around 2016, 17, I was doing some pretty good amount of volume, still top 1%. But I was just run down and just getting killed by agents nonstop, them trying to run my business and micromanage me and not staying in their own lane. And it just drained on me for a long time. We've all been there at some point. And so around 2020, everyone thinks we started getting pretty crazy, as we all know. I joined Synergy One Lending. I left. I was at Guild for a long time in Academy Mortgage, and then left and to join Synergy One Lending. I see Brian here. That's one of our Synergy One events. But anyway, I was just getting tired of that. I got moved to VP of Production with Synergy, so I needed to kind of just revamp my production a little bit and move things around. So a good buddy of mine named James Swift, he was retiring from the military. And so I said, hey, what are you going to do when you kind of grow up and retire? And he goes, dude, I think I'm just going to go coach or do some teaching or something. I said, well, why don't you come join me on the team? And you refer all your VA buyers to me anyway. Why don't you come join? You can take over production of my team. I'll put everything in your name. I'll do a lot of corporate duties and still help run the team with you. And so we did that 2020. And so we're basically 5 years in. Actually, I'm sorry, that was 2021 we did that. Sorry. And so we're 4 years in. So I put out all my production in his name. And I said, hey, if we're going to do this, I want to get rid of a lot of the agents that I work with. Yeah, they may give us $30 million in volume, but I want to be able to do things and grow with other agents and work with the agents we want to work with. So really, our whole idea of getting into social media was that we could just do all consumer business, maybe get rid of all of our agents and just do consumer and refer to the agents we want to refer to. Well, it didn't always work out that way. So what I realized is that we were just working with the wrong agents. There are a lot of phenomenal agents who will just stay in their lane, let you do yours, and you can work together and collab on stuff and just kill it together. And so when I realized that, and I kind of always knew that in the back of my mind, but once I really realized that, we just blew up on social media and really focused on local followers. And so that's the biggest thing. I'll tell you how we do that. But that was the biggest part, was just realizing we needed to move on from agents who brought us drama and move on to the ones that really focus on their clients and being local leaders.
So who come up with this idea? Like it's so cool and awesome, and it's grown so fast within 2 years. Like who said, hey, let's do this? And
yeah. So we really started going really hard on social media. It's October of 2 years ago. So we've been doing it for 2.5 years roughly.
Okay.
So we actually went to Mortgage Mastermind. We were there for obviously the 2 or 3 days we were going to be there for. And we saw Shayla speak, and then Neil spoke. Neil Dingriff. You guys know who Neil is for Forward, right?
Yeah, for Forward, yeah.
So we were there, we listened, and we knew we were going there with one focus. When you go to those events, you cannot go there and say, I'm going to do all these things. You can't do them all. You got to pick 1 or 2 things and just do it and go all in on it. So we knew that video was what we wanted to do. So social media video. So we went all in on that. We heard Shayla speak, and I used to work with Shayla at Guild, and she's incredible. And the next speaker was Neil. We heard Neil speak. We left the venue, went up to our room, bought everything we needed on Amazon to do a recording studio and to get video stuff. We didn't go back to the Mastermind.
Oh my
And
God.
so, and then about 3 months later, we went, we spent a lot of money, like $6,000, to go fly to Reno and meet with Neil and do some kind of one-on-one stuff. We did that for about 24 hours. And then we flew back and went all in, and on social media. So day one of our, it was like October or September 29th of 2022, probably. Up on top of the Las Vegas stratosphere, we posted our first picture, having no idea what we're going to do with social media. We're two upper 40-year-old men trying to figure out what we're going to do, and we were still doing business. I think I was coming off of a $40 million year, so we were
Still
still
did good. Yeah. Yeah. You're not
doing a
hurting.
lot of production,
Yeah.
but I knew I wanted to reinvent, and so that's how it all started. And first we started off with just James does a lot of military. I've been one of the top military guy or VA guys around for a long time. So we started off with Military Mortgage Life was the name of our podcast we were going to do. We realized we didn't want to do a podcast. We wanted to just go all in. So we changed our name to just James and Travis, the Mortgage Dads. And then that's what kind of blew up. So.
The Mortgage Dads. All right. And he's your LOA. Just so everybody knows, he's considered an LOA or?
No. So what I did, I just did 50-50 with James. So anything we bring in together, even though he was new.
Okay.
Of course, I was bringing in the majority of the business, but he was doing the majority of the on-site, deals, right? So he was working the files. Okay. So we just split it that way, and it's been incredible for us.
And so how did you? I just love the whole mindset behind this. You created your own brand. It's hyper local, so it's 10,000 followers, pretty much in Portland. I mean, they're in Oregon.
Yeah, we're pretty much Oregon, Southwest Washington. We're followed by quite a few loan officers, outside who follow us. Again, if you guys follow us, thank the links in the chat. You can steal any idea that we have, because we probably didn't come up with it ourselves. We probably just saw it somewhere else and changed things up. And so you're welcome to steal anything we do. I don't care.
Amen.
But yeah, so we just came up with the idea of doing Mortgage Dads, and people always ask us, well, what's your demographics? Well, we can, obviously with Instagram, you can go in and look at that. We are super big with women 45 to 65. So that's our 60% of our demographics. Okay. So we're really trying to sell them, some mortgages and reverse mortgages at this point. We're getting close to that. But
mortgage to moms. Yeah. So it's mortgage to moms that your demographics.
Yeah. And so really to really go back on what you said about being hyper local, that's why we didn't really, we've done some TikTok stuff, but you're going to get a lot of people outside of your local market. We really focused on doing local things. And one of the things that we do quite often is, and I'll share this with anybody who wants to do it, it's huge. So what we do is we go and find local mom and pop shops, coffee shops, juice bars, whatever it is, food trucks, eyelash, hair salons, whatever, who has a decent Instagram following. We go in and film a cool video with them and do a giveaway. So we collab with them on the video. We do a 30-second, 1-minute video with a giveaway flashing. We give away $100, $50. And so, but they have to like our page. They have to like the hair salon. They have to tag 3 friends in the comments and then share it to their story. Every time we do this, we get 100 to 200 local followers. And that's what we really focus on, is getting the local followers. I don't care if they're from Indiana or Texas or wherever. Yeah. I want them to be here in the Willamette Valley, here in Oregon, here in Salem, Oregon. So we try to do hyper local things to really drive traffic.
So cool. So what kind of do you involve agents in this that you want to involve in this, or is it not part of the show?
No.
Is it just you and him?
Yeah, it's just us. Now,
okay.
But what we do is we teach a lot of classes. If you guys know Jeff Zempler, we do a lot of classes through Jeff's program.
Okay.
We teach the agents how to do what we're doing. So I don't want to partner on these collabs with the agents. I don't want anyone to turn us in for any kind of respite crap. It just drives me crazy. So I don't want to piss anybody off or think they can do turn us in for anything. So we don't do anything with agents on that level, on the collabs or giveaway stuff. We just show them how to do it on a personal level for them, which again, drives local traffic to them. So we'll hold a class and have 30 people in our class back here, and there'll be 30 agents back there where we're teaching how to do the things that we do to drive traffic to our personal page.
So knowing what you know now, and someone's like, man, that's a lot of work. Like you're 2 years ahead of me, 10,000 followers, mortgage dad, I got a name, I'm doing my own thing. Where would, if someone says, all right, I want to be that person in my local market, well, like, is there anything you do different? Would you do the exact same, or like, what would you do to get started?
Yeah. Well, first off, I would start right away. Because
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I wish I would have done this in 2010. I mean, again, whenever video started, I wish I was on YouTube years ago and doing Facebook video. Like, we've all heard this for how many years? Like
Yes.
15 years we need to be doing video, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was just kind of stuck in my way. So the only thing I would change is one, I would start today, start earlier. And then just because, man, if time flies so fast, like I've been doing it for 2.5 years, but it just feels like we just started this yesterday, and it's really only the beginning. It's only going to continue to grow. I would venture that, I mean, we hear this all the time from people, but there's no one in Oregon or Southwest Washington on the loan side or the real estate side who's doing video as we are. We're doing 3 posts every day. You don't have to do that. We started off with 4 a week. But I made a New Year's resolution, probably the only one I'm ever going to follow through on my whole life, was to do 1,000 videos this year, 2025.
Wow.
And so we're well into that. We're ahead of schedule, and we'll hit 1,000 videos, 1,000 posts, this year.
So you post 3 videos a day?
Yeah, on average.
Wow. Okay. And so how much, like, where do you come up with the content? Like, you guys is that part of your strategy session? Block out, that's part of your 20% that is going to make you the 80%?
Yeah. So we do every Tuesday from about 8 o'clock to noon is our content day, where we just come up with something. But that doesn't mean I just changed the way we're all on social media. I mean, if you guys go and look at your analytics, it will show you you're on social media. You're on your phone 11 hours a day. I know you all are. Some of you are probably 13 hours. But if you just take the time that you're on social media and actually don't just doom scroll now, but search. I search out real estate, mortgage funny, real estate funny, escrow funny, whatever I want to do, or I'll go find something that's has nothing to do with mortgages whatsoever, and I will put that. I will. Hey James, how can we make this mortgage related? How can we make this real estate related? And we just switch it over and change it. And so we've done tons of stuff like that.
Love it.
But yeah, that's we probably spend about 3 hours, maybe 4 hours a week just recording. It's not that much. And again, everybody on this call can look at the time that they're wasting doing other things or just kind of screwing around in the office or whatever you're doing. Like you have time. We're not doing 35 loans a month anymore right now. We don't have that refi market. So all that time you used to spend on that refi market, I mean, when the rates drop a little bit, yeah, we're going to need to get back into that. But use it to create content right now. Use it to scroll me and everybody else who does content and steal our ideas.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. I think it's a great time. I keep hearing more of this as a lot of people keep messaging me about, man, I hope rates stay high because I'm gaining market share, which is exactly what you're doing. Everybody's still, we're a year and a half into the free, old crap mode. And people are like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And that's where you've taken the bull by the horn and said, all right, this is what we're going to do. And some of the most famous followed social media gurus, Alex Hormozy, Gary Vee, it's video. Like they didn't get big by picking up the phone. They got big by putting themselves out there at a really high scale. Not to say you can't pick out the phone. So let's talk about this. We talked about this in the green room. What about outreach, man? Do you do any outreach, or is it just a post video and it all comes in?
Yeah, that's all I do. So if I am on social media and I try not to be on, if I'm working files, I'm not going to be on it. But if I have 15 minutes to what I do is I take 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes around lunch, 15 minutes in the afternoon, I'll jump on Instagram, Facebook, and I will outwardly engage with agents who are doing something, right? So they're posting their just listed, and we'll come back to the stagnant pictures that they're posting. But
Okay.
if they're posting a picture of a just listed, just sold, just price reduced, whatever, or pictures of the family, picture of them delivering keys, whatever it is, I will comment on there. Congrats to all, great job, you're killing it. I am outwardly engaging because a lot of those, they may only have one other like on that. If I can be the one post, the one reply on there that says, congratulations, you're killing it, keep working hard, you're doing well, whatever. They see that on every post that they make. I may be the only loan officer, maybe the only person who's actually commented on it. So when I do need to make that phone call, to maybe they have the listing of my next buyer and I need to make a phone call, I'm more likely to get my offer accepted. Or if I'm making that phone
Wow.
call and I want to go grab lunch after a transaction, they're more likely to say yes because they know who I am. They've seen me comment on other stuff. They've seen me be genuine in my responses, and now I'm reaching out to them asking for something.
Seems too easy, right? Like, and how many times do you comment and you're the only one? Probably often,
Many times, yeah.
many
Yeah.
times. So go
And
back to the
so,
stagnant. So go back to the stagnant post. Like, talk to
yeah.
us about that.
Yeah, so one of the things, well, before that, real quick, what we also do, you talk about video. We use video for everything. We use obviously use MBS Highway to send out everything that we do. James and I will record MBS Highway with option A, option B. We'd use it for everything. When the LE goes out, we do MBS Highway video talking about the LE. That eliminates, it's proactive, it eliminates so many calls. But yeah, and we mainly use it video every single time one of our buyer's agents sends out an offer to the listing agent. I am on the phone just recording a really quick, basically I'll say, hey Scott, this is Travis Newton at Synergy One Lending. We'll let you know that you're gonna be getting an offer from Beth. She's an awesome agent. You probably worked with her before, but more importantly, this is an offer coming in from Jim and Susie. I've done 3 loans for them. We've already been all the way through underwriting. They are incredible. All we need to do is marry their approval up with the house that they love and get the appraisal ordered, and we're going to wrap this up for you. Hope we can work together. And that's my video. I put that in a text message below as well. Man, I can promise you, I bet we get, I don't know, maybe 30-40% more of our offers accepted than we really should. And I've had listing agents tell us that because we're proactive. We send out videos telling them about the borrower, and we're completely proactive where other loan officers aren't even picking up the phone when they call to ask about the borrower. Where we're being
Crazy.
proactive and sending a video out, and then of course I want everything to be video because I want them to see my face
Yeah.
every time we do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Unbelievable, man. Little bitty things, which
yeah,
takes you 30 seconds to do that. 45 seconds maybe
yeah.
on the approval.
Yeah, and I carbon copy the buyer's agent every time. So I send it to the buyer's agent and listing agent. So that way they both see my face repeatedly over and over.
Wow. Wow.
So going back
Wow.
on the stagnant,
Yeah.
topic. So you guys are, I mean, again, there's a lot. I hope I'm not bashing anybody, so don't take it that way. But there's a lot of companies that will give you content that's just stagnant, just sold, just listed. And LOs, we have it too. Like our
Yeah.
companies give us stagnant pictures to post on social media,
Mhm.
and those are great. Maybe not as great. So we
Let's be
have.
honest, man. Let's
So
be
we
honest.
have a site that's James, my loan partner, he started the day that he started with us. The day he started the business, it's called Swift VA Home Loans. So we only keep that up, and we pay $50 a month for that. We only keep that up just so we can show agents and loan officers what's not working.
Oh
So
my God.
on that page, it posts 3-4 times a week for us automatically, and he's getting 1 or 2 likes on that. It's never grown. It's 300 people, 200 people. It's never grown in 4 years, and all he's getting is 1 or 2 likes, and it's always his daughter and most likely his wife or his mother-in-law. Those are the only 2 people who like that page, who like those posts. So we show that when we're teaching these classes, like, listen, take that just listed, take that just sold, the price reduced, whatever it is, and put, at the very least, put a green screen behind you of the just listed or the just sold and talk about it. Talk about the story. And the one thing that we are missing right now as loan officers and real estate folks, boy, we have so many stories to tell on how we got from A to B with this borrower. How, for example, if you're a loan officer, tell the story about how Veterans United or Rocket screwed up the loan, and now they're with you, a local loan officer who took this file, kind of reimagined some stuff, got it to approve, and now you got it to closing. I mean, tell that story. People, when you just be honest with yourself, when you're scrolling on social media, do you relate to those stagnant pictures? Do you stop to really read the just solds? Or no, you don't. But if I was to jump on there with a picture of the house behind me, or better yet, I'm at the house, it's behind me, and I got the keys in my hand, and I say, hey, story time. You're going to stop and you're going to listen to me tell the story about how we got these buyers into this home. It could be a 30-second story. I think Instagram allows for up to 3 minutes now. Just tell a story. So I think that's the most important thing that we teach our agents. We've been probably in front of 500 agents this year already with classes we've been teaching.
500 this year.
500 this year. We were probably,
and guys,
3,000 last year.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
So some of those are the same because they're repeat classes, but
yeah, sure. Yeah, but I mean, like, here's the thing: they only there's different agents that show up. There's different agents that take action, and when you hit them, they're not ready to hear what you're teaching them. So, but you guys see a common thread of everybody that has been on the show: teach, educate yourself, teach, put yourself out there. I want to hear what you would say. I have camera shyness. How would you overcome that?
Yeah. Okay. You guys have probably already noticed I have a stutter. I've had it my whole life. My wife doesn't notice it because she's used to it, but I stutter. Big story about this too is that when our very first video that we recorded, we had all of our, well, thanks Susan, but it's there still.
I didn't either.
49 years old, or almost 49, but we had a light behind us. We built out our big studio. We have our big cube light behind us. So we're recording a video, and James is recording. I'm in front of he's in front of the camera. He's behind the camera in front of it, and we're recording. And so he's sitting there, and we go back to watch it back, and James goes, I said, you killed it, man. He goes, dude, we have to record this. We were recording. I said, why? You did awesome. You followed the script. And he goes, well, because we have the light over here, and my left ear sticks out a little bit farther, and so it's really highlighting my left ear. And I said, dude, I've known you for like 15 years. I've never noticed you have a bigger ear. But now it's all I see because he pointed it out to me. So I make fun of him all the time. But that's a great point, that it doesn't matter, right? And so it took us a little bit of time to really get going. Like, we just recorded and posted it. Like, it doesn't matter. So
that's so awesome.
Here's a couple things. We always tell agents this all the time when they're in our classes. If you got a phone call today, Scott, and you're an agent, and I called you and said, Scott, I'm ready to make an offer. 123 Main Street just went live. I'm ready to go look at it right now. And my husband's coming, my wife or husband's coming with me, and we're ready to make an offer right now. And you're going, ooh, I really should lose these 3 extra pounds, or I have a zit that's over here that no one can really see, or I need to get a haircut, or you're going to say, screw it. You're out the door because you're going to go sign on, make an offer on this $1 million property. You're going to leave the house. Like, if somebody was to offer you, if you're a real estate agent and you're on vacation in Portland right now, and they wanted to go look at a $4 million listing back in Florida, you're going to go, babe, I'm going to fly out. I'll be right back. Like, you're going to leave, maybe not leave your family, but you're going to go do that. And then it doesn't matter what you look like, what you're wearing, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter, because here's the most important thing. No one cares. And this is a bad thing to say, but I want to make sure it comes across the right way. People are 100% selfish. They only care about themselves. That's just, it's human nature at times. Okay, we all have compassion and we love each other, but people only care about themselves. They don't care about how you look. They're not judging you.
Yeah.
But we think people are. Right? but they're really not judging you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one way just to get over it. Just post it. And another way to really overcome some stuff is just go live. Like I think Sharon with Real, he talks about it all the time. He instructs his agents just to go live every Friday. Go view a house, go live.
Yeah.
Because now you cannot do anything. You're live, you're talking about it, hitting the post button. Like people are watching you live. So you're already live, hit the button and just go.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Well, hey, so you spent a bunch of money in equipment. Do you need that? Would you do that again, or would you just grab your phone and go? I'm sure you get that question 10,000 times, but and I'm sure people are thinking it.
The only thing that we probably spent $5,000 on
20,000. Yeah.
equipment.
Okay.
We have a mix board like we're DJ. We don't need any of that stuff. So here's what you need right here. So this right here, and I have my iPhone 14. The iPhone 16 and up has incredible audio quality where you can change some stuff on it to make it it drowns out all the white noise, and it's incredible. So most of my videos that I do, if you guys go to our page, a lot of my talking head videos with this behind me, I'm just using the front camera. Just make sure it's cleaned off. I'm just using that with a little bit of lighting. That's all I have. So all I have in this home studio is I have this light right here that this is the back of it. That's it. So I have that, a phone holder, and I put my phone up there. That's it. Now, one of the things that we do have if we want to be kind of out and about, and we want to have some better audio, is I use we use the Rode, these Rodes right here, right? Just lavaliers, and they're like $200, right? So you could go 100% all in on video, social, kill it, and you would only need your phone. But you want to go do a little bit more, just grab some mics that you and someone can have. If you're going to do interviews with people or home tours or whatnot, you can do something like that.
Beautiful.
That's
man.
it.
Love it.
And we don't really use it all of our other stuff. And I'm talking, we probably spent like $4,000 on stuff.
Yeah. And you don't even use it anymore. But I remember the green screen times, like buy the green screen, buy the software, Camtasia. Yeah. All that stuff.
We built out 2 studios in our office.
Yeah.
So I had a reel room where we're doing all reels, and then we had a podcast room. So
love it.
We just don't need those things. And we just really focused on the giveaways and just doing content, and just doing talking head stuff where we're talking about stuff, doing some funny skits. That's it.
Love it, man. Love it, dude. So any questions for Travis while we got him, man? Come on, like if there's anything you guys want to ask, right?
I got a quick one.
Yeah, please. What's
up?
So
Travis, you talked about this earlier on, and this is how you built the channel, but I want to make sure, that we kind of recap that because, you mentioned when you were out doing these, videos about town, and you said you're asking the local people to do what? You said something about liking, comment, and forward. What was that specific? What's that format and that formula to help build the followers?
Yeah. So we're pretty simple. We're just all we're doing is going out and we're first I'm contacting them, right, and saying, hey, this is what we're doing. We have, just for example, we had 3 million views on our page in January, 2.7, and so I screenshot that and show them, like, listen, we're getting 2 million views a month in the last 30 days on our stuff. And so would you like to collaborate with us? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to come into your business. I'm going to buy a $50 gift card or a $100 gift card. And sometimes
for that place.
And from your business. And sometimes they say, oh, if you're going to do this for me, I'm going to cover that. I still go, great, I'll buy another one. And so then we'll just give 2 away, right? Because I want to support them. Yep. So we go in, tell them what we're going to do. We go and record just a little video. You guys can go to our page right now. We have it, scroll down a little bit, you'll see a giveaway thing flashing. We just did one last Thursday. We have another one going live today. But go in and tell, and so when you're all done with the video, it's gonna say you have to like the juice place, like James and Travis, tag 3 friends, and then share it to your stories. And then we just pick a winner. Now, again, you're going to ask, okay, how do you pick a winner? Is it all up on the up and up? I don't go check every single person to see if they've shared it to their page, right? I
Yeah,
put
you can't.
everybody in my wife will come in, she'll put everybody in an auto generator, and then it just generates a number. That number is, is significant with them. Boom. Then we announce it. And that's another opportunity we have to do a video. So scroll down on our page, watch us do the giveaway. And then there's one up about 4 or 5 or 10 later where James is sitting in the chair. Or no, I think it has me with my big hat on. So we have these big, massive hats right here, right? So,
I love
and
it.
then that's
I
our
love it.
giveaway. So we get 2 videos of content out of it too, right?
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
but real quick though, if you guys, we have this guy on the call right here. Brian's on the call, but if you guys don't have Brian's book, you guys need to buy this one. It's a good one.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I've used it for a lot of stuff on there.
Brian's kind of a cool dude, man. So
Yeah.
he's on Monday. Don't miss Monday. We got some special stuff coming. Brian does. So super excited. So man, Travis, dude, I'm just blown away by what you've done in a very short period of time, and congratulations for taking action, man. It's so fun to watch and see what you guys have done or doing in a market that is eating people alive. You guys are gaining market share so that when this thing turns around, I'm not if, but when it does, you guys are already crushing it. It's just another. Now you're building, like you're capturing all these people that are doing business with you that see you at a higher level than anybody else out there right now. You said nobody's doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody.
there's some folks that have tried, they've just kind of petered off. They see us doing it and see a
Yeah.
success, and they don't put the time into it. But
Yeah.
I could, I mean, just let me tell you this. We all love this job. It's a love-hate, but we all mostly love it. But if you could do this job and love it every day and have fun doing it, wouldn't you make that change? And that's why, again, a lot of people always say like, hey, well, you have James as a partner, so it's easier. Yeah, it is easier having a partner. I'll give you that. But you can still do all of this content by yourself or just with someone else in your office or a spouse or whatever. And again, it doesn't always have to be mortgage related. Like
Yeah.
60% of our stuff is not mortgage related. It's just
Yeah.
dad jokes and funny things we're doing. And,
It's the best part.
and so I do a lot of posts talking about keeping the business local. So we'll do a funny trending, reel about, something happening, and I'll say, stop using a online lender and use a local lender, right? And I'm not saying use James and Travis, right? I'm saying stay local, stay local, stay local, right?
Love
So
it.
we just do
Love
that.
it. Jerry, what you got, man?
Hey man, I've been watching you guys forever since you started some of your videos, and they're greatness, by the way. I got a question here. You guys are a team and you're working this. I'm by myself basically here. Devin's up close to me, so me and Devin are going to be collabing on this a lot.
Yes, we
But
are.
have you ever brought an agent in and had an agent do these with the restaurants or the local places with you?
Yeah, good question.
Auto companies too, same thing.
Yeah. No, we haven't, because I don't want to deal with, I don't want to have any respite anything. So I just don't. But like I mentioned before, more importantly, Jerry, how we can get a ton more traction with that question is to just do classes and teach agents how to do it, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just going to be because right now, and Gary Vee talks about this all the time, Harmoji talks about this, and Neil talks about it, the one-to-one just doesn't work anymore. I mean, if Scott was to have this class with all 80, there was 100 people on here a few minutes ago, with all 88 people that are on here right now, if he was to have this class one-on-one with each of us, he can't do it. But here he is doing it from one to many, right? So if you can teach this concept or any concept, a 2-1 buy down concept, whatever it is, if you can do that in front of 10, 20, 30 agents at a time, do that. And so that's what we've done, is teach them how to do things. Like, for example, we just rolled out a webinar yesterday where you guys have all been on webinars. All of us have. We were like, is this live? It looks live. It's not live. So what James and I did, we were tired of doing all of these dang first time. We get all these agents that come to us and say, hey, let's do a first time homebuyer class together. Like 3 people show up. I'm wasting 3 hours of my night. I'm bringing all this pizza. No one's eating it. I eat a whole pie to myself. It's not good. So what we did is we recorded 2 different ones. I'm teaching a 45-minute Zoom that people think is live because I'm interacting with people on there. And then every Thursday, that's going live. And then the next Thursday, James's VA class is going live. So
Yeah, it's recorded.
now we're teaching agents how to do buyer consultations, listing consultations, on a Zoom class that they're not really there. Now, James or I will be in the comments live tonight, like chatting with the comments, but we're not teaching the class. We recorded it once, we're done. Now that's the one-to-many approach, right? So I'm recording that one time. We're gonna have that thing go live for 26 weeks, and the other one go live for 26 weeks. So
What do you run that through? StreamYard? What do you run that through?
Something junky. I forgot. James handles that part. He's the brains of the operation and the looks. I just handle some lead gen.
Awesome.
Yeah, so he does. So it's I think it's called Webinar Junkie. I believe is what it's called.
Webinar Junkie.
It's like $100 a month. It's like super cheap.
Okay.
Can I answer your question, Jerry?
Yeah, absolutely. I loved it. I mean, you're dropping so much bombs, man. I'm like,
I know. I love it, man.
Hey, the alligator one you did years ago, man, was phenomenal out in the wood. I've seen some of your videos that just make me laugh, man. So thank you so much.
Yeah, but see what you're just saying. Like, how many years ago was that? You know, a year ago, 2 years ago. Like, that's the thing.
I don't even think you were at Synergy then. I don't know how long you were at Synergy, but you guys have been together for quite a while, and I've been watching your stuff. So you come up on my feed all the time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, real quick before we answer that question in the chat, the best part about this is the other day I was at my brother's my nephew's baptism. So we're there, and my brother's in-laws, so the other side of the family, were there, and one of them came up to me and he goes, "It's Travis. I was just in Cancun with a realtor friend who's from Salem. I know her pretty well." He goes, "And one of our other friends lives in Montana, and so he's a realtor in Montana, and he said he was late to dinner, so we were texting like, 'Where are you at, dude?' So he finally comes down. He goes, 'Sorry, man, I got caught up while watching some videos of these mortgage guys.' And Ted, who knows me pretty well, he goes, 'What videos?' And he goes, 'I don't know, couple mortgage guys from Oregon.' He goes, 'James and Travis?' And he goes, 'Yeah.' He goes, 'Dude, that's my niece's brother-in-law.' So we get those things all the time, just because, like you said, Jerry, people just see our content come across, right? So, what was that question in the chat there, Scott?
It said, do you ever get leads? If the leads, if so, so, how do you decide which realtor to give it to?
Yeah, first off, so we were able to track $18 million in volume in 2024 from social media. Now, that's pretty close to an accurate representation, but those are not just consumer direct, right? We get a few consumer direct who contact us, but most of our stuff is relationships that we built because of social media. Like, we've landed some pretty big whales. I'm talking like some $75 million a year whales who give us half their business, right? And like some big whales we've landed because of social media. And it's because of the outward engagement we're doing on their content, which leads them to our content. And now we have set up a meeting, and now we're going to go kill it and crush with that meeting, right? So we did 18 million last year just off Instagram from relationships we built. This year we're on pace for about 26 million so far. We're about 12 million right now of relationships that were built over the last 2.5 years, right, from social media. Okay, and then the other part of the question was, who do we give it to? We kind of do like we probably get I don't know of any other loan officer in our market who gives out more referrals. And that's not entirely because of social media. A lot of it's because of my 24-year database that I have, that 20,000 people in my database that I just nurture. But we just do round robins, kind of. Or if we really want to go after this agent, and I'm going to give them something first. Sometimes people want that, right? So, for example, we really wanted this duo of agents down about 20 minutes from us, down in Albany. Really wanted to work with them, so I sent them a listing, which turned into 2 listings and a sale, which was about $3 million in total volume. And now they send us everything. It just worked out that way. So I just think you have to, to answer that question, I'm sorry, who answered that or who asked that? That was Carla.
Carla.
So
Yep.
Carla, you just have to pick who you want to go after. Or if you kind of owe somebody a deal, right, then you're going to kind of get it back to them. But most importantly, you got to make sure it's a good mesh for that borrower and them. Like, they're going to be a good fit. If, whatever it is, politically, sports team wise, they both like the Broncos or whatever. You're just going to try to gel them together, and they're going to do a good job for you.
Yeah. All right, we're at the bottom of the hour. I appreciate you being here, Travis. I just want to respect your time, man. I know you're busy. So amazing stuff, amazing content. Just congratulations for taking action and doing this, man. It's an honor to have you on this call, and honor to call you a friend. And thank you for the recommendations here in Gearhart and Seaside. So I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Hey, real quick,
right,
Scott,
yeah.
if you don't mind,
buddy.
man, I just want to say, I know we're down to about 73 people on here, but we're trying to double these numbers, right? I'd love to see us get to 200 plus. Travis, you mentioned 100, 200 plus by the end of this month, right? We want to empower people. And Travis coming in here dropping bombs, right? At the end of the day, how many people do you know in this industry right now that need to hear what this man just had to say, right? Keep coming back, but I'm going to ask you to bring 2 friends, right? Bring 2 friends every single week, and let's blow this thing up, right? Let's blow this up, and let's keep helping people. Scott is just a beast at finding these amazing people. And man, we're just blessed to have you here, Scott, brother. So thank you for everything you do. Travis, thank you for joining the show today. And guys, bring your friends. We need more people here.
Awesome. All right, guys, same time, same place, Monday morning. Have an amazing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Take some time with the family. Be in the moment, and we'll see you Monday morning. Appreciate you. Love you. Have a good weekend. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.